Hello, hello. My name's Jiggly Pants, and welcome back to another episode here on our Survival Let's Play world. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing okay. So I'm doing okay myself. But yes, we're back here in our Survival Let's Play world. What have I been up to? Oh my. I've been up to a lot. Um, this is our storage room here. I might have mentioned this in a previous video. I might not have. I might have only mentioned it in a live stream. But I wanted to redo the guts of our storage system. We have it auto sorting with copper golems, these little guys, and it works pretty well. But before I only had single chests for filters, and now I have it set for double chests, at least half of it here. If we look over here, oh, I fell down. If we look over here, we still have the old system with just one copper guy in there, and then a couple double chests sprinkled in here, but mostly just single chest filters. These are not very efficient. I figured out, so I'm swapping it all over to the double chest and the double copper golem guys. Yes, it's a big pain to do, but I think it's worth it in the long run. If anybody's building a system like this, these copper golems are a pain to get them to go where you want them to be. Like, if you look at their hitboxes here, they're both perfectly aligned side by side. I tried pushing them with pistons, and it looked like they aligned properly, but there was a couple of them that didn't. So I found the best solution to put these guys in their place is just with water, because even with the pistons, they go about 1 pixel too far to the left, and then they start missing chests, and it's a big thing. And we can't have anything in between them and the copper chest, because then they don't see it. Like if we put a trap door or like a fence gate or something, they just won't be able to see the copper chest. I know, boo, redstone. Nobody really likes watching or listening to me ramble on about it. But I just want to make mention of that just in case there's anybody that was super interested in this project and is kind of toting along with it. But I think at the start of this episode here, we're going to do something a little bit more exciting. I made this hoe, and we're going to go check out an ancient city, because there's two things I want. I want to get Swift Sneak, so I could sneak around all fast like. And then I also want to get the skeleton skulls. Just because I think it'll be a little bit easier to get them from the ancient city, opposed to getting a charge creeper and all that and getting them to blow up a skeleton. I feel like that's more dangerous. But we'll find out. We'll see. I'm just trying to find where I put my bundles, because I've lost them. I had a couple. But yeah, we're going to head off here. We're going to go check out an ancient city, like I mentioned, for the Swift Sneak, and then the skulls. The skulls are purely for aesthetics, just because we did this library last episode, and I think it would look cool if we had like a skull up on the shelf, or maybe one back here somewhere. I know, kind of extreme to go all the way to an ancient city just for that, but yeah, that's what we're gonna get up to. So we're about 2,000 blocks away from our base. We're just kind of over by our mesa here, and if Chunk Base wasn't lying to me, there is an ancient city down there, and I think I see some skulk actually. But yeah, best of luck. I'm nervous. I always get nervous doing stuff like this. Ooh, that looks cool and creepy. The amethyst geode. Okay, let's fly. I swear they did something different with the lighting for the tiny takeovers update. I'm sure of it. Cause look how creepy this looks. Oh my. A lot of people have a lot to say about the updates and stuff, but I will say little things like this, they're doing really good. They're doing really good, I think. Okay, I was on the default brightness, but now I'm on max bright. That you can go. I still think it looks really good. Okay, so we had to strip mine for a little bit to find it, but we found it. It's just up here. Now it's game time. Don't be scared. Calm, cool, collected. We'll all get out of this alive. Okay, there's a chest there. I should have brought wool. You know, I said I was get myself prepared for this. It was more of a mental preparedness, less of an actual getting things preparedness. Because I didn't bring much. I brought me, myself, and my hoe. That was a bad idea. Okay, it gets really dark, like pitch dark. That sent shivers. Can I reach that? Oh, there was a one right behind it. Oh, this is a little kid's game. About placing blocks and having fun. There's so many of these like skulk sensor things. Like, how am I gonna do this? Like, if I get rid of this one, yeah, he's gonna spawn. Oh my, oh my. Get away, get away, get away. I can't see anything. I genuinely can't see anything. Okay, calm, calm. He doesn't know where we are. Oh, I can't see. We're fine, we're fine. Oh, I feel like he's like right behind me. Oh, there he is. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Yeah, go that way. Go away. Okay, here's our entrance. We're just gonna go down here for a little bit. Okay, there we go. He's gone back into the ground. But now I think the counter resets from 4 to 1. So if I make another shrieking sound, he's gonna hop right out right away. I believe that's how that works. So after we had that initial meeting with the warden and we kind of ran like a little baby there and hid in our hole, we went about the rest of the ancient city. We didn't have too many problems. We were kind of like a baby giraffe trying to learn how to water ski for the first time. Not a whole lot of confidence, very skittish, kind of flopping all over the place. Couple warden spawns, couple chests looted. But ultimately, it went pretty well. We got about 2/3 of the ancient city there checked out and looted. So once our pockets were all full, I did this thing that I always do whenever I go mining. I just kind of go mining in a cave all willy-nilly. I run all over the place. And then when it's time to go home, I just dig straight up. So that's what I did in this situation. I thought it'd be a great idea to find a wall and just pillar straight up. It was going great until I hit a patch of skulk that was directly above me in a cave. And when I hit it, I triggered a skulk sensor, which in turn triggered a skulk shrieker. which made Mr. Angry Warden Man pop out of the ground directly above me. Me and my infinite knowledge and wisdom, I kind of panicked a little. So I was like, okay, I'll just block up above me. He won't see me. He won't hear me. I won't move. I'll be fine. I had completely forgot about the whole mechanic where wardens can smell you, and the following ensued. Oh my. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. No. No. I was leaving. And just like that, there was no hope of me retrieving any of my gear, any of my loot. It was all lost. But there is one saying that I live by. Fool me once, shame on you. No? How's it go? Give me a second here. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Jiggly Pants is many things, and one of those things is persistent. This is the kind of guy that'll kill the Ender Dragon with his bare fists out of spite. So before I started digging up, I took a screenshot of my exact location, where I was digging up, because in the past I have died in similar situations where dripstones landed on my head, but that's beside the point. We knew the exact location of where I died. So the rescue mission ensued. I had to fly back to those exact coordinates, dig down as fast as I could, past the skulk, past the wardens, and retrieve my gear. And that was the story of how Jiggly took on the warden in the ancient city and won. Kinda, sorta. That was something. We're never leaving my base ever again. That was too stressful for me. But loot spread. Let's see what we got. We got a whole bunch of enchanted books. There's a couple good ones in here. Like, look at the C3. That's a pretty decent one. I got looting 1, which is Riptide 3, Punch 2, and then we got our Swift Sneaks. We got our Swift Sneak 3, and then we got 3 Swift Sneak 1s. I already put a Swift Sneak 3 on my pants. So yes. And then we got all this Skulk stuff. We got this disc fragments, which I do want to make the music disc and listen to, because I kind of forget what it sounds like. We got skulls. We got 3 skulls. Woo! Bunch of regen potions that didn't help at all. We got 2 ward armor trims. Those are pretty cool. Couple hose, which are pretty good. And then a couple spare pants here. We got 2 prop 4 mending pants. Prop 4 on breaking 3. So yeah, we can probably make 1 or 2 spare pants out of that. And then some amethyst shards. Yeah, pretty good haul, I think. I do want to, let's see, maybe we put 1 skull here, and then we put, can we reach up here? I don't know if we can. Nope. What if we, this Swift Sneak's so nice. Oh my god. I'm moving like butter. The schmovement is unreal. Can we stand on one of these skulls? Ooh. There we go. Oh yeah. I think that looks cool. And then over here, maybe we'll move it over there. I don't know yet, but it looks cool. And now the music disc shards. Let's see. Oh, it is 9. I kind of forget what this sounds like, if I'm being honest. Well, I'm traumatized now. That was not a very good song. Um, that's going in a chest, and it's never gonna get played ever again. Okay, so now what are we gonna get up to? Um, if you guys missed last episode, we started working on a bit of a terrain build, a quite large terrain build, and I'd say we're about halfway done. Um, that's just over here. Um, so we're gonna finish this off. We're gonna do a couple things here with this. First of all, we're gonna go through and redo a lot of this moss section. We're gonna pretty it up. We're gonna add some bushes. We're gonna add some grass. We're gonna add some texture and stuff. Um, and then we have to sort out what we're gonna do over top of the actual shulker farm, because that's ultimately what we're trying to do here, is cover this thing up. Um, so it looks pretty. I think we're gonna add maybe some rocks, and then maybe a couple rocks down there to blend it all in. Um, yeah, and then we might have a bit of a path that leads up through here over to this section. I don't know where the path's gonna lead to. I think it's gonna lead to about here. Maybe in the future we might have a bridge over to another cliff or something. Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna get up to. I am going to use Lightmatica to do this. I did use Axiom in a creative world to do a bunch of stuff. I'm seeing that now pop up, failed to load chunk, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of scaring me. Because of the next point I'm going to say. I tried to use replay mod, or not replay mod, flashback mod. I've been trying basically all day here to try and get it to work. And yeah, I'm afraid we might have corrupted some of the terrain now that I'm seeing that over there. It like black screened my computer, and yeah, that's not good. Cause what's going on here now? Oh no. Oh no no no. World, please don't breaky. That makes me nervous. Yes, so I'm gonna have actually just a quick look around first to make sure nothing's gone bye-bye. I hope my storage is not broken. That's the one thing. If anything else breaks or gets destroyed or corrupted or whatever, that's fine. This is my baby here. um oh, we're having more chunks pop in saying they're failing to load. Uh-oh. Is my world falling apart? If anybody really knows what's going on with that or how to fix it, help. Okay, this all looks good. This looks good too. How's this over here looking? This looks all fine. All fine. Everything's fine. I'm stuck in here now. Okay, so the only real chunk errors that I can find are over here. This chunk, that chunk, that chunk, that chunk. Yeah, this area here, which is not that big of a deal. I'm not too worried. Well, I am kind of worried, but yeah, it looks like this kind of strip right here has been messed up, which is okay. I'm not too concerned. It's not really near our base. Well, it is, but it's not like on top of our base. So instead of trying to fix the issue and potentially make it worse and lose this entire world, because that's what I'm really scared of, we're just gonna let it be. Hopefully it doesn't get worse in the future. We'll put terrain over top of it. Just for now, it might look a little goofy over there. But yeah, so we're gonna start doing some building here, and we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully nothing else crazy happens. I don't think I'm going to be able to show a replay of me building it, but I will stream me building it. So if anybody's super interested in seeing me do some building here, you could always check out the VOD on my channel. And yeah, I'll give you guys an update in a little bit. Okay, update time. Big reveal. Boom. This is what we're working with. Um, yeah, so put in a lot of rocks, not really little rocks, but kind of square-ish shaped rocks to kind of fit in with the Minecraft feel. Very simple texturing on them with some andesite, stone, the packed mud, mossy cobble, and then moss. A lot of the ground texture we mixed in lime terracotta and green terracotta with the moss. Lots of azalea leaves for bushes, lots of grass. And then we decided to go with some spiky pine trees. This one kind of looks a little goofy from this angle, but yeah, I took a little bit of inspiration from Scar. I saw he was doing a couple trees like this, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I think they look very, very good. And then we got this path that we have through here. It's just some simple spruce fences along the edges. And then we come down to this section here, which is currently just a big hole in the ground. But yes, we're going to be putting a bit of a build here. What kind of build? It's getting dark. I gotta sleep. There's no lighting in this yet. But yes, what kind of build are we going to put down here? If we look at the grand scheme of this whole build, we got a lot going on kind of over here and not so much going on over here. Got a lot of texture, a lot of terrain, a lot of height, a lot of elevation. So here, I think to kind of balance out the build, I'm thinking something kind of tall. And I kind of want to stick with that industrial, mechanical, fantasy kind of feel. Maybe a little bit dystopian. Um, so I'm thinking some kind of big vent, industrial looking thing with some maybe smokestacks coming out the side, with some girders and pipes and stuff. And then over here, I'm thinking maybe there's like a little shack or like a collection of homes, kind of shanty homes piled up beside it, for the people that kind of work and maintain the vent thing. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that'll look cool. I'll maybe throw up a bit of concept art, if I can find any. But yeah, I'm really liking this so far. It really, from this perspective here, down on the ground, it really does look very good. I think. It does feel a little sterile in some of the spots. By sterile, I mean just plain blocks. Like here, there's a big blank, empty spot. I might throw in a little bit more grass. But now I think I'm going to take the next hour or two here and sort out this build and get it put in place. So I'll give you guys another update of when that's done. So with just a little bit of movie magic, we have it built. um, I think I said it was going to take about an hour or two. I was drastically underestimating this build. It took me about 6 hours, I would say, to do the whole thing. But it's done. It looks cool. We got our little silo vent looking thing with our chimneys. Bit of a shanty house going on here. And then a little bit of a farm situation going on as well. On this side, we have a vineyard here, which I think looks really good, using the acacia to kind of mimic the piping for a water system. We have these two little barrel things. I don't know exactly where you guys are watching this from, but where I live, blue barrels with gray lids are very common for like chemical storage or even water storage. You can buy them for like $5 and just the barrel. But yes, I kind of thought that was kind of cool. Also adds another pop of color into this. We have a bit of a pen. I do plan on maybe putting some chickens in here, or maybe some pigs or something. And then we have this shanty house here. Lots of weird blocks kind of in here. I went with the chiseled basalt as kind of support columns because I thought the texture on them really mimicked some piping. That would probably work a little bit better up there, but oh well. But yes, lots of weird blocks. Lots of green going on out here, I thought. So why don't we contrast it a little bit with some red on a canopy? A little bit of color theory. Got the Christmas colors going in. And then I wanted dystopian, so I added some chimneys, some wires going across to kind of a telephone pole, more of like a lean-to kind of shambled together pole, with an antenna on top and a little satellite dish with the iron trapdoor. From this angle, it doesn't look the best, but if we back up to about here and we kind of play a little bit of perspective, I think it lines up nicely. The cool little bump on the lightning rod matches perfectly with the double trapdoors there. But that perspective kind of breaks the closer you get to it. But it still looks cool. I really like the roof I did on this, actually. Browns and greens and grass, basically. I wanted to make it look like an old rusty roof. It's probably got too many leaks in it. But yeah, around the back here, there's not a whole lot going on. We got a window, got maybe some plants, got a little bit of a deck with some kind of machine with pipes and pillars and stuff. I will give you guys a little bit different look at this. We do have a big drainage pipe coming out the back. That's for the future. Don't worry about that just now. But yes, it's looking amazing. I love this style. I first tried out this style a couple of years ago. I built a little dystopian fishing village, and yeah, this is my favorite building style, so that's what we're going with. Texture wise, a lot of crazy blocks in here. Like this cylinder, we got everything from clay to tough to pale moss. Here we got some black stone up there. We got the concretes. We got brown mushroom blocks in here. We have all kinds of crazy odd blocks, and that's really what took me the longest. Most of it was me doing this over and over again, searching through, I think this is 18, no, maybe 17 shulker boxes here. Just picking through and finding everything that fits. Yeah, but I really like how it's looking. I didn't really weather and texture the back too much or at all. I feel like that's something we can come back to. Another thing we could come back to is these two smokestacks. I did originally have a plan for some smoke to come out of here. Do some glass work for some smoke. We have the campfires kind of puffing out a couple particles, but I didn't think those would do justice for those big smokestacks. So I want to do a big glass work smoke feature. But everything that I've kind of done so far, I didn't really like too much. I kind of want more of a cartoony feel to it, and yeah, maybe like some smoke rings coming out, or I don't know. It's still a work in progress. But for now, I think it is good enough. Just ignore the beacon beam too for a second. That's not going to stay there. I'll get to that in a second here though. Just bear with me here. One last thing I wanted to touch on was perspective. Obviously, before I started the build, I started talking about wanting to balance the image a little bit. Um, by the way, everything I'm going to say, I'm not an art graduate. I'm not an art student. I didn't take any form of art past grade 9. So I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just know what I think looks good. So in my eye, um, this is a well balanced image where we have this large object build on the left, but it doesn't take up as much space as the right side of the frame. But this large build with all of this detail and a whole lot going on has more value in it than all of this going on. So that value condenses more. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no clue. I'm trying to sound like I know what I talk about. I don't know. I just think it looks good. It looks cool. But yes, I think it's coming along very nicely. I could definitely call it there and say this is done. And I thought about that. I thought about that for actually a couple days. Um, but there's been this one build that I've had in a creative world for months now, probably close to 4 months at this point. Um, and it was unfinished for the longest time because it wasn't an easy build. It wasn't a standard terrain. It wasn't a tree. It wasn't a building. It's a large organic build that I want to add into this terrain we got going on, this kind of landscape. It's gonna be a bit of a wow factor, I think. If you guys saw the thumbnail, it's probably in the thumbnail, so you guys already know what's coming. But I want to add a large skeleton man, a Mr. Bones, um, leaning up against this cliff, just in the background. That's why I've been digging out this because I need room for his feet. um, but yes, so that's what we're gonna get to building now, and yeah, I got a bit more digging. I got a bit more resource gathering to do. Um, hopefully he doesn't look too goofy. I don't think he looks too goofy, but for the longest time, he sat in my creative world without a head, and that was by far the hardest part. Uh, building the skull for this big guy, but yeah, we'll get to that, and I'll show you guys the final product here in just a minute. Okay, so we're all done. Time for the big final reveal. Boom, Mr. Skeleton Man. He is in place. Um, it wasn't a difficult build. And it wasn't too time consuming either. Only took me like a day to do, and by a day I mean like a couple hours of playing. Um, he's got these big spear arrow looking things stuck in him. I don't know why, but lore reasons that I don't know yet. But yes, I think he looks pretty good. Um, proportion wise, his head is a little bit big, I think. I did notice that. Um, he's got a big dome on him, but that's okay. I think it's fine. He's a giant. He doesn't have to be completely anatomically correct with humans. He's got 5 sets of ribs, which I think is also wrong. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but um, yes, he doesn't have any hands or feet. He's got legs and arms. Just because scale wise, it was a little hard to get fingers and toes in there. But yeah, I think he looks cool. From this angle, which is the main viewing angle, not straight on, that side profile of him, I think looks really cool. Uh, yeah. And then when we're down here on the path, walking around, let's see here in a second. Going for a stroll. Oh, look, there's a cool building over there. Oh, there's a big skeleton man that's just chilling. I wonder why he's there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, one of my favorite builds so far. I'm really liking this, really loving it. Um, might have to do a little bit of work on his jaw. Um, but yes, I've never really built a full skull like that. I've done skull faces before. I've never really messed around with a full skull. Um, so I think I did a pretty decent job. He's got a little bit of moss growing on him. But now we're going to do something a little controversial. I like to do this with all my builds. This might sound like I'm being very harsh on myself and very negative, but I think it's good to grow as a builder. Once I'm done building something, I like to pick apart the parts that I don't like in the build. So that's the things that I'm going to point out right now. First of all, right off the bat, a lot of green. I feel like I should have got more colors into the landscape. There's a little bit of purple in there with the azalea bushes. Not enough. Maybe some yellows, maybe some blues, something else in the landscape. Maybe some flowers would definitely look good. Maybe in the future we can maybe add a bunch of the pitcher plot, pitcher pot plants to get some of those cyany, greenish blues in there. Maybe, possibly, that's an idea. Um, Second thing that I do not like about this build: these two smokestacks, shape wise and where they're located, I love them. Color wise, I hate them. They blend in a lot with the vent behind, and it kind of turns into one big blob right here. So in the future, I'll probably stick to more of a brick, or yeah, like a reddish brick for chimneys, or maybe just be more aware of color depth. Um, don't want to be having two different shapes on top of each other with similar colors. Yes. One other thing I don't like is how it's not connected up to the ground. How we can see underneath of it really breaks immersion a lot, and it doesn't look good. But that's something we can work on in the future. Obviously, we're not going to leave it just like this. We will have it connect down into more terrain and kind of figure itself out right here. Um, this is more of just the backdrop. Um, yeah, not a whole lot that I don't like, but there are those little things that I picked up just as I was building. Definitely could have changed them along the way, but I thought if I keep doing this and I keep making micro changes here and there, I'm never going to find something that I deem good enough. So let's just put the blocks in the world and we'll go with it, and we'll see how it looks over time. Uh, Two, I'm still living with this build. By living with it, I mean playing in the world and kind of seeing it off in the distance. There might be some little shapes, like I was talking about the jaw there, that might change in the future. Um, some more grass might go in, some more plants. These, I can't say their name. But yeah, I think it's about time to wrap up the episode. This one's been a bit of a ramble fest. Uh, the back half of this has really been me just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and then I do it, and then ramble for about 6 to 10 minutes, and then, "Oh, now I'm gonna do this," and do it. But if you guys stuck with it all the way through, I do appreciate you guys so much. Uh, this is really my joy. This is my passion. I really like doing stuff like this for you guys. That's all I got for you guys today. I don't know how to wrap this one up, but see you guys. Bye bye.